Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cheap Heat TV Live, our second episode. I want to thank everybody that joined us last week, either watching it live or picked up the video on Facebook or our YouTube channel. And just want to remind everybody that if video is not your thing, we also offer an audio version of the podcast that is available on Anchor. So we'll put that up here real quick. Where you can find it. We'll have it scrolling here for the next couple of minutes as we get started. But hey, right now, we want to go ahead and get to it. And I've got waiting to come in the studio right now a good buddy of mine, the mental messiah himself, the one, the only, Insane Lane. What's up, brother?
Hey, Gene, how you doing, man? Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too, man. How you been these days?
I'm doing really good, my friend. Doing great, man. I know 2020 has been a dumpster fire for a lot of people, but I
Holy
have to
shit.
say, yeah, but I have to say, I have found the silver lining, my friend.
Well, that's great to hear because holy shit, yeah, it has been crazy, and we got a lot to cover in this episode, and we're gonna get to it. But I mentioned last week's episode. At the end of last week's episode, we put up a little tribute for Tracy Smothers. We lost the wild-eyed Southern boy Tracy Smothers,
Yeah.
last week, and I know you got the opportunity, if a couple of different promotions you work for over the years, to
Yes.
be around Tracy and get to know Tracy. So, you got any Tracy Smothers stories to kick the show off here?
I do, Gene. I have several. I got to know Tracy over the years, starting out when I started my career in 2002 in Athens, Alabama. I worked for a promotion in Athens. Alvin Wallace, one of my my first time I met Tracy Smothers. Of course, I knew him watching growing up. In ECW and WWE, Freddie Joe Floyd, Young Pistols, Wild Out Southern Boys, his various characters and whatnot. And I got to meet him, and he was he didn't have any shoes. He didn't have his boots. He left his boots or something. He had to wrestle barefoot. And he wrestled a local guy named Robert Wallace. He was very talented guy. He had wrestled in the '80s for Continental, and I believe he actually worked Ric Flair to a 60-minute draw at one time. That's what the story was, at least. And him and Tracy had this match, and I was very new, and him and Tracy had this great match. It was the best match I had seen live in the business at that point. And me and a bunch of the younger guys who were starting out actually we were like a bunch of young boys in Japan. You know how they kind of kneel down around the ring and watch the matches. Of
Right.
the older guys. And we were all like that, just surrounding the ring watching these two guys work. It was they had a spectacular match, and it was really good. And that was my first experience with meeting Tracy Smothers. He was just a really nice guy, and real professional, and just a great dude. And then I got to know him even more, and he started doing that. If I hear Tracy sucks one more time, everybody dies, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And got to know all that, and I got to see how more of a character he was, because I was kind of, and when I first met him, I was just like, "Hi, I'm really nice to meet you," and all that. And
Yeah.
then as we got to meet him later on, I got to get to know him more. Like when we were running Full Throttle Wrestling in Elkmont later on, we used Tracy all the time. And there's this one. It's so funny. We had a match. We booked it for this match. I think he was working Jeremy Flint, and he. This is okay. he got the match is starting and Tracy's coming out. He comes out of the entranceway, makes a beeline past the ring, past the fans to the bathroom, and takes a shit. Music's playing, everybody's like, well, what's he doing? And one of the fans goes to the bathroom and they go, I think he's taking a shit. And we're like, oh my God. And everybody's like, what? And then a couple of the fans get this idea. They're putting chairs by the bathroom door to barricade him in so he can't get out.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. So he's in there at least 5 minutes. And the crowd's like, count him out. And Jeremy's like, yeah, count him out. And the referee's like, and the referee's like, I don't know, and all this. Tracy's over there trying to get the door open. He gets out and he's like, what are y'all doing? And all this stuff. And he gets up there and he's like, if I find out who did this and all this, I'm going to get my bazooka and I'm going to kill all of you and all that. And of course, all of us in the back, we're dying.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, man, someone go in there and see what it smells like. And I was like, I ain't going back there. I ain't going to the bathroom after him and all this stuff. Yeah, that was funny. I was talking to my sister about after we heard he passed away. She said, "Yeah, you remember when he took his shit right during his match? He just made a beeline to the bathroom." We're like, "Yeah." And someone had mentioned that the referee. I talked to the referee the other day about that. His name is Josh, and we talked about that. He said, "Yeah, I was refereeing that match." I was like, "Yeah, we were just talking about that." And then. So that was another.
And that's
one.
what's awesome about Tracy is like everybody in that building that night has a greater memory of that than any 5-star match he could have had. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's those antics of his. I mean, and I had a feud with him at FTW. I mean, and I don't even remember the match, but I remember after. I mean, and he kept beating me, and then when I eventually beat him. I remember after the match more than the whole thing because when I finally beat him, it was like we won the World Series, man. I went in the crowd and Christian Hayne went out there because he had like a manager with a laptop computer that was helping him win or something, and Christian was there to help me win and make sure he didn't interfere. Well, after I rolled him up or something and won. We went out in the crowd and celebrated, and everybody just gathered around us and got up in the chair, and got up on top of the chairs, and everybody was like, yeah, like we just won the damn championship or something. And there was no belt on the line.
Yeah,
it's just that we just beat Tracy because they just couldn't stand him, but they loved to hate him. And that's what made it so great about him. And he loved coming to work for us, and we loved having him. And it was so wonderful. And oh God, JCW, oh Jesus, Lord help me. Those people couldn't stand. I mean, me and Ian, we were the Bloody Brothers, and and we were heels, and we had that the Juggles don't like the rednecks. We had that. If you had a redneck gimmick, they give you shit. So, and Tracy, he had all them Confederate flags and the gimmick and all that stuff. So,
and if y'all want to see an example of that, go on YouTube and put in Tracy Smothers versus Juggalos. You won't be disappointed. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember it wasn't that, but there was another show we did. I think it was in Evansville, Indiana. Sid Vicious was there, and so that show was just. I think Sabu was there too, but it was just a big show. I can't remember what city it was, but I think it was Evansville, Indiana, and the crowd was just vicious that night. And I remember Tracy just coming out after that show, after his match, he was just livid. He came out and they had this piece of railing for lights hang on the floor. He says, "Them sons of bitches," and he comes in there, picks the whole thing up, and starts walking out toward the damn stage. And Two Tough Tony's there's like, "No, Tracy, don't do it, man. It ain't worth it. Don't do it." And he's pulling it away. "I'm sick of this shit. No. And it's like, man. And on a side note, Sid Vicious was there. He was doing the Lord Humongous gimmick, and someone threw a full can of soda, a big old tall boy can of beer at his face. And he was wearing that Jason mask, Lord Humongous mask, and still hit him in the face. And Sid was livid.
Oh my God.
Oh my! He kicked over one of those drums. These drums that was full of water, and it had all these electrical outlets. I thought I was going to die.
Oh,
I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to get electrocuted. He goes, "God damn it! What the fuck is wrong with these people?" And he kicks it over. Water flows all over the place. I think I'm going to be electrocuted. Nothing happens, thank God. And he goes downstairs and cusses out Corporal Robbins and says, "Never in my 25 years of wrestling have I ever been treated this way in my life," and all this stuff, and goes off. But the funny thing was about that, me and Sid Vicious had a wonderful conversation before all that happened, before the show, about overalls and farming.
Oh my God! I was hoping he was going to say softball.
No. We were talking about overalls and farming.
I can see that. He's an Arkansas boy.
Yeah. I was, when I was a kid, I was raised on a farm in Athens, Alabama. My grandpa had a farm, and me and Ian wore the overalls. And he saw me wearing overalls. We were talking about what brand we liked and what brand I wore, and we were talking about, I grew up on a farm. Yeah, me too, and all this stuff. And then we just started talking about. I didn't sit there and ask no damn bar questions to him. I mean, hell, I felt like it equal. We were just talking about shit, similar things we like.
Right.
That's just what you do. You don't sit there and say, "Hey, what's your favorite match?" I don't do that shit. But anyway, Tracy lost his damn mind about. Yeah, that was funny.
The first time I saw that crazy side of Tracy, it was about a year and a half before I actually got in the business. There was a little indie show at a bar in Tupelo called the Midnight Rodeo. And Tracy was fresh off his Freddie Joe Floyd run. And so he comes, I later find out this is a classic move. I didn't realize this was a classic move at the time. So Tracy comes out at intermission, baby facing it up. He's got his Freddie Joe Floyd pictures. Come over here and meet former WWF superstar at the time, Freddie Joe Floyd, but you probably know him from Continental as Tracy Smothers. And man, he's hamming it up. He's all smiles from ear to ear. He's signing all these pictures. Comes out the main event in a tag match with the other local babyface. And right at the finish, the guy's coming over for the hot tag. He tags Tracy. Tracy comes in, turns around, gives him that fucking spin wheel kick, lays him out, grabs the mic. "Freddie Joe, fuck you, you motherfuckers. Fuck every one of y'all." And just commenced to him and the other two heels just beat the dog shit out of the babyface. Set up for a big match the next month. Of course, Tracy never came back again. That's the only time I ever saw him. But it was, oh my God, it was hilarious because I mean that was before the norm of seeing him on these indie shows and everybody dies and all that shit. So he had played it up through the whole match. He was in the corner, he was babyface all day long. And the minute he made that tag, he come in and laid him out and just lost his mind, and it was freaking hilarious. But if you want to help out, Tracy, he was a wrestler most of his life, God, he did it all. WWF, WCW, ECW, Smoky Mountain, Japan, all over the indies. But I mean, you know how wrestling is, man. There's no insurance, there's no retirement. So the guys at Collar and Elbow are trying to help, get Tracy a headstone for his grave, and we would love for anybody listening to this, whether it's live tonight or listening to it recorded in the future. They're selling a T-shirt over there for Tracy. It's got his saying on the front. Nobody does it like a thug, and it's got the thug spelled on the back. T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. We all know that. So, if you guys could go over there, Collar and Elbow, that's the website. Go over there and purchase one of those T-shirts. Not only will you have a cool T-shirt to commemorate Tracy, but you'll also be helping the family out a lot too. So
Yeah.
please go check that out. We'll show you a picture of it at the end of the show. We'll give you a little more details on it. But right now, Lane, man, you're looking good, man. I know you swore off the Facebook, which seems to be treating you well. God knows we all should do that. But man, tell us a little bit about what you've been working on for the past 8 months to a year since we've seen you active on Facebook.
Well, Gene, but honestly, what I really did was I just kind of I knew I was I needed to start taking care of myself better, and I mean the last time, I mean, and not just wrestling wise, I mean just general health. I mean, I wasn't looking too good, man, and I knew what did I need to do, and I wanted to lose weight, but it wasn't that I wanted to, I needed to, because I mean I was almost 400 pounds, and I mean I was sick all the time. I was just it just I
Yeah.
mean the doctor said you're going to get diabetes, and your outlook don't look too good. I mean and the last time I did a match, which was a year ago in North Carolina, I didn't look good. My match didn't look good. And it wasn't my opponent's fault. It was Belton Creedmoor, and it wasn't his fault. It was my fault because I just was not in the shape I needed to be in. And I had all these other bookings lined up, like Gypsy Joe Invitational, Angel of Death Invitational, and the Georgia Deathmatch tournament that they had. I had all them lined
Right.
up. And I had all these health problems plus that, and I was like, I can't do it. So I had to cancel them, and I never canceled.
Right.
I had to, man, and I didn't want to, but I had to because I couldn't. And you know, and I've been hearing the word. I've been hearing the word on the streets, man. Lane's obese and washed up and all that, and I knew I had to do something, and I had to clean house. And you know, when you clean house, Gene, you don't start in the middle. You got to start at the top, man. And what I had to do, you got to clean up mentally.
Right.
And one of those things I had to do was I had to get off Facebook. Man,
Right.
that shit is such a fucking drag, man. And
Yeah.
I knew 2020 was going to be a shitstorm. I mean, I didn't know coronavirus and all that shit was going to happen. I just
Yeah.
knew this year, if I had stayed on there, man, I'd have been a total mess. And so I decided in December, I said, after just dealing with all the shit that's been going on, I said, man, if I'm going to get right with myself, you know, I got to get off this. So I did. And from there, you know, and I had lost a little bit of weight because I was like I was like 372, and I got down to 350, but I was like, I need to work on it some more. So, and there was no magic pill, Gene. I didn't sit there and take diet pills or any of that crap. I just pretty much just watch what I eat and exercise. And as of this week, as of Friday, I am 300. I'm not. I went from 372 pounds. I am now 275. I've
Wow.
lost almost 100 pounds.
Wow. Congratulations, man. That is fucking
Yeah,
amazing. That is awesome.
yeah, yeah,
That is super awesome, man. I mean, Facebook is such a fucking toxic place, which I say as we're streaming live on Facebook right now, which is one of the reasons, I can't get off there. It seems because of endeavors such as this podcast. But
yeah. Man, I
um,
get on. Yeah, I mean, I'm on
man,
Instagram, but it's not as bad as Facebook. I just get on Instagram really just to look at wrestling pictures and boobs.
you gotta have some entertainment. You don't
Yeah,
realize either, man, like how much time you spend just scrolling through reading everybody's bullshit, and I'm as guilty of it as anybody.
yeah,
Yeah, I Rosie turned me on to this screen time thing on your phone that kind of breaks down what you like, how much time you spend on your phone, how many times you log into it, and like different apps. And man, I was spending like hours a day looking around on Facebook, spending most of that time pissed off because I mean, I did unfollow a shit ton of people, which helped. not reading,
Yeah,
not reading that shit every day, but like you said, for every person that pumps you up, makes you feel better about yourself, there's 10 more shit talking you, or
hmm,
shit talking the things that you love and the things that you support. You know, that's just like you said, just a
yeah.
drag. It's just a fucking drag when it comes right down to it. But 100 pounds, man, that is freaking awesome. Um, so, like I said, I know getting off there, gave you some time to work out. What's some other things that's kind of occupied your time this past year? Have you picked up any new hobbies or interests or anything fun that would the listeners would enjoy hearing about?
Well, I'm trying to get my family back together. That's really been a thing that I've I mean, it's been no secret, Gene, that I've had a that I've had that I went through a divorce, and my family kind of split apart on me, and my kids' mom, she had her problems and stuff, but I this year we've got we we've worked through it, and got we're getting everything worked back together now. She is now over a year sober, and that we've just used this everybody, like I said, coronavirus, the election, everything's so bad, we just kind of just shut everything out and just worked on ourselves, and just said, fuck all this stuff, and all this outside noise. Just it's just noise,
Right.
and just let people, that don't matter. What matters is just work on what's important, which is ourselves. Our health, our well-being, and everything else will work together and get things going. I mean, that's the hobby, really. I mean, I don't know if they
Yeah.
want to call that a hobby. That's just really what I've been working on. Really, is just working on myself and trying to get and getting my family back together. And that's what 2020 has been for me, is just getting on the right path and try and moving forward, because I've been stuck for years in neutral
Yeah.
and not going anywhere. And and we ain't getting any younger. And
Yeah.
so it's time. It was just time for me to get busy living or get busy dying, man. And
I
that's
mean,
what I
that's
did this year.
that's so commendable because I mean, you talked about turning a negative into a positive. Most people have talked about how stir crazy they've gone being stuck at home. They couldn't go do this
Hmm.
and that, and so use that time in a productive way.
Yeah,
I sit and think about all the because when all this shit happened, I got lucky and managed to get a job working from home.
yeah,
And I think about all the months that I've wasted that I could have been working out and doing some things to get myself, in better shape, healthier. And I haven't. But I can sit around and mope about the fact that I haven't, or I can start doing something about it. And that's what I hope to do. And but that's another reason I started this podcast. Well, like it's not the same podcast, I guess. We got this video aspect and everything, but
yeah.
I was like, I'll start doing a podcast again. That makes me feel like I'm doing something with wrestling, even if I can't go wrestle. And I've made some great friends over the years with this podcast. I mean, 'cause that's how me and
Yeah,
you, I mean,
yeah,
years before me and you ever met in person, we had multiple interviews on here and got to know
yeah.
each other. And, I consider you one of my good friends in the business. We've really only been around each other in person just a handful of
Full
times,
time. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like we know each other really well because we've spent a lot of time talking on this podcast, and I can say that
Hmm.
about quite a few people. So to me, that's what makes this doing this show worthwhile. And also, there's not a lot of platforms out there for guys to get their story out there and for you to get some insight into them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
most podcasts, if they're going to bring you on, then hey, let's talk about when using CCW and let's talk about talk about this and that.
Yeah.
and that's all cool. And God knows we've talked about that in the past, but like, there's not a lot of
Yeah.
opportunity for guys to talk about who they are, what they've gone through, what they're going through. And, that's what I enjoy about, doing this show and giving, fans the chance to learn more about, who a lot of the wrestlers are as people, and they realize that, hey, wrestlers, they go through struggles and shit too. It's not fucking easy. I mean, because what you said really struck a chord with me just a moment ago. Because a lot of guys, just put their head down and forge ahead when they, like I said, they realize, well, I'm not in the shape I want to be in. This could start to get dangerous for me and my health, and even my opponent in the ring. So you pulled back. I'm sure it hurts you to cancel those bookings, but you knew that's what was best for everybody involved. And now you've went and gotten tremendous shape and improved your home life, your family life, and all that. Where a lot of guys just fuck it, they start taking
Yeah.
more risks because they don't give a shit. They're hurting inside, so they want to go, kill the pain with more pain, especially with like death matches and shit like that. So I think that's extremely commendable. What you've done, and I'm glad you're here to tell that story tonight. And appreciate everybody that's watching and commenting. I'm putting the comments up on the screen, y'all. So keep them coming. There's Will Fretwell says, "What's up, guys?" Will, we're going to be talking about the Spider Boudreaux Memorial Show here in just a little bit. Tell people when and where that is, and how to get
Oh
tickets,
yeah.
and all that, and what you're going to be involved in on that show, because that's going to be kind of like one of your big comeback matches here on the return of the new and
Yeah.
improved Insane Lane that we're going to be seeing step between those ropes. So a lot of good stuff coming up ahead, man. I don't know, what 2021 is going to bring. And I hate to make the statement of, well, it's got to be better than 2020, because I don't want it to be like, challenge accepted, motherfucker. We'll show you what's up. We're not
Yeah.
going to say that. We're not going to say that. What we're going to say is that we're all going to go
Yeah.
into it with a positive attitude, and we're going to make it the
Yeah.
best we can. Because, like I said, I
Yeah.
think the old phrase of making chicken salad out of chicken shit. You've certainly done that with 2020,
Yeah.
using that time to better yourself. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, that's all you can do. I mean, I mean, a lot of people, you hear the stories, oh, I've gained 50 pounds over the coronavirus, or, I mean, you make the best of what you can, because, I mean, there's a lot of people that have, but there's a lot of people that unfortunately through no fault of their own have had, that's fallen on hard times, and, I've been able to, you know, like I said, find the silver lining and make the best of a negative situation, and that's what I've been trying to do. So I've made the best of my time, and and so far it's paid off pretty well, I think. I mean, when I was when I in the early 2000s, and when I was in my heyday, I guess if that's what you want to call it, the 2000 2010s 2010 heyday of mine. My weight was anywhere between 235 to between about 240 to 260 was
Right.
my best weight. So I'm at 275. I'm damn near close. So I mean I'm about there. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I was like 25, I was like 20, 30 years old at that time. Here I am, almost 42. So yeah, that's not bad.
No.
Considering I was a biscuit away from 400. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty damn good. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how things go. I mean, with this show coming up in 2 weeks on the 20th, so see how that goes. I'm also excited I haven't got out my gear, so I'm excited to see how it fits.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's so we'll go ahead and talk about that right now. And like I say, we'll go in a little more detail later, but For those listening, as most of you know, I'm sure we lost Spider Boudreaux to COVID um, a few weeks back. That was the first time I'd gotten to see Lane in a while. Was on the tribute show that we did for him on the MDK board, and so Will Fretwell, Freak Show, some guys got together and have put together a benefit for Spider's family. It's going to be Friday, November the 20th at the EWA Arena in Ardmore, Tennessee. Doors are going to open at 5:30. Bell time is going to be 8 o'clock. Tickets are going to be $10. But they're going to have matches. They're going to have a lot of other stuff going on to help raise money for Spider's family. And obviously, if you've got any money you want to donate, anything you can do to help out will be greatly appreciated. And so there's going to be quite a few guys stepping in the ring that night we haven't seen in a while. But tell us specifically what you know about the match you're going to be involved in.
As far as I know, I'm what I understand, I will be in the Black Widow death match. It will consist of myself, Bryant Woods, the Freak Show, and Psycho. It'll be I guess a four-way match.
Right. So there's four guys who are
yeah.
closely associated with Spider Boudreaux over the years.
Yeah.
I know he means a lot to all four of you guys. So it's going to mean a lot to whoever can come out on top, on the benefit, as a memorial for Spider. I know it's going to mean a whole lot for whoever can come out on top in that one.
Yeah, and most definitely will. I was actually very honored that they reached out to me to do this show. I had got my brother-in-law actually sent me a message, told me that, hey, Charlie Swinger's looking for you to do this show. I was like, what? And then he said, yeah, they can't get a hold of you. They don't know how to get a hold of you because you're not on Facebook. I was like, oh.
Like you're disconnected from the entire world. If you're not on Facebook, fuck it. I don't know how do you get in touch with anybody?
Can't find them. So anyway, I was like, all right. So I get a hold of him, and he said, well, have him call me. And it's like, so I get a hold of Charlie Swinger, and he's like, man, we've been trying to look for you, man. They're having a Spider tribute show. Bubba Boudreaux, Will Freetwell, yeah, he's doing it. I was like, oh, okay. So can we call him or whatever? And I was like, yeah. So I get a hold of them. They're like, yeah, we've been looking for you. We want you to do this show. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. So yeah, and it just so happens, I mean, now if I'd been a lot heavier, I probably wouldn't have done it. But
right.
It just goes because I wouldn't want to go out there and stink it up, because that'd just do Spider a big disservice. But
yeah,
because I wouldn't want to do that. But anyway, but it just so happens, what perfect timing, just so I was like, yes, I'll be more than happy to do that. So, and it's just, to do that for Spider and his family, help raise money for a good cause for him. Because I know if it was me, Spider would do it for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know he would do it for me. So I would. So this is the least I could do. I would do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go in there and see if I still got it, and if I got it, man, we'll see what goes from there. I'm not promising. I'm not gonna go full time or nothing. Or anything. I'm just gonna see what goes from here, and if people like what they see from that, maybe we'll see what 2021 goes with that.
What opportunities are even out there in 2021?
Yeah.
I'm still fat as fuck myself, but I'm going to be there. I may ring announce, I may manage, or I may do a raffle like Mike Jackson at the goddamn intermission or something. Whatever I can do to help, I'll be glad to do it, and be excited to see a lot of you guys there that I haven't seen in person in a while. So it should be a fun night and a great night to help him out.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I haven't seen any of them guys in so long, man. It's been God years. So I mean,
Dude, I seen
it's
that poster and it said Marty Schiffbauer and Dan Gedden, and
I
I about just
know.
struck. I'm like, fuck, I haven't even read those
What? Yeah.
names in 20 years. That's
Marty
tremendous.
Schiffbauer,
Marty fucking
dang
Schiffbauer
Gibbs.
is going to be there. I don't know where they, because as far as I know he's not
I
on
have
Facebook either. So they must have did some
I,
serious digging. Like,
I haven't seen Marty Schiffbauer since 2005. Man, that's been 15 years since I've seen Marty fucking Schiffbauer.
well, that's how when I met Spider back in the day. And met him on a bar show in Littleville. And me and Neil Taylor got him to come to Tupelo for some IWF shows. That's what him and Marty would always come together. And then eventually, Justin Envy, I forgot what the mask gimmick he was doing at the time, but Justin.
Yeah.
Those guys would come over, and Marty was, I mean, his gimmick was hilarious, and
Yeah.
kids loved him. He was a babyface. Spider had the fucking convict gimmick going
Yeah.
on. And those guys were great. They were some of the first Alabama guys that I met when I moved over here back in 2000. 20 dude, how old are we getting, man? When we start talking about
I know.
15 and
20
20
years
years
ago.
ago. Oh, back
Yeah, I
20
know.
years ago, and I met Marty Schiffmeyer. Lord. But
Oh man.
it's like a reunion show almost. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. Absolutely
Yeah.
looking forward to it. So I want to. So some people have asked me, when I said I was going to do this show, some folks have told me like, well, when you have guys on that do death matches, we want you to ask some questions. And so I know this is kind of weird timings. We just promoted a show where you're going to be in a death match. So I'm
Yeah.
not knocking death matches, but an
Yeah.
honest and serious question. We've lost, 5 major deathmatch guys just in the past year, and quite a few over
Yeah.
the last few years, and a couple are on the brink. So, how do you feel like in your heart that being deathmatch wrestlers and what comes along with that contributed to the early loss of these guys, or do you think it's coincidental, or how do you feel about that?
Excuse me. Well, Gene, it's a little bit of both, maybe. I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, the spider died of coronavirus related symptoms. I don't think death matches had really anything to do with it. Danny Havoc.
Well,
Some
yeah, we
guys
know
died of
Danny's situation. Yeah,
suicide, drug abuse, cancer stuff. I mean, that's. I mean, yeah, death matches. I mean, mental illness. All that kind of entails with what we do. And a lot of us do death matches. Yeah, some of us do it because yes, there's some of us don't like ourselves and we like to hurt ourselves and we do it for attention. Yeah, some
yeah,
of us do that. Yeah, and yeah, that's true. Some of us do that. Some of us like it because we like the art form. Some of us just like to do it just because we just don't care about ourselves. Yeah. That's just part of it. But I mean, I don't really think their deaths are in correlation with what they do as death. I really don't think it does.
okay. Like I say,
I really don't.
there's no right or wrong answer. I'm just,
Yeah, I know.
I'm just
I
asking
just
you right
really don't.
now, but I don't know. I mean, like the comparison's been made, that as far as like with Spider, like, well, Spider did die of COVID, but he also had pneumonia. He'd been breathing in light tube dust all those years. Did that weaken his
Nah,
lungs? Well, that's all speculation. Who knows? Now,
that's speculative. Nobody
I
knows.
personally do not think that breathing in, at least especially back in the day, the old light tubes, breathing
Mm,
that shit in for years didn't do anybody any favors. Is it
yeah,
killing anybody? Is it contributing to, say, Necro's situation? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Um, the one thing I can say, and kind of by what you're saying, I think you're probably going to agree. Most of the guys that have done it knew whatever risks that come along with it, and I don't think most of them would do anything different if they had it to go back and do over. some guys have come and spoke out about it and go, no, fuck it, it wasn't worth it. I've tore my body up with nothing really to show for it. And there's some guys that are
Mm-hmm.
adamantly against it, but that's few and far between. There's not that
Yeah.
many of those guys.
Yeah.
So, it's a question I'm going to be posing to people. Like I said, I don't interject my opinion into it one way or the other because I think I've never done it, so it's not really fair for me to say. But guys like you that have done it, have stepped away from it, got and gotten in shape, and ready to go back again. I'm just curious to what what your thoughts are as far as what the
Yeah.
risks are, and if it's worth it. So real quickly, we're going to look at the comments here. So Kevin McMullen says Dan is in great shape. I'm assuming referring to Dan Gedden. So that's good to hear.
That's good.
And Kevin also said that he's glad you're doing well right now, Lane. And
Well,
so,
thank you, Kevin. Kevin's a good dude. I know him. What's
and
your favorite match in
there you go.
XVW? Oh, well, gee, let me see. It's going back a while. I don't know. I guess every match you ever refed, Kevin. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, gee. I don't know. Favorite match. I don't know. I've done a few that I've really enjoyed. I just can't think of one off the top of my head. I I keep thinking about the one that I did a run in saving Spider in my underwear, and everybody in the ring was laughing, and they couldn't keep a straight face. That was really funny. I remember that. And I did a Taipei match against Psycho there. That was really good. I had a good match against Spider. Me and Spider's first match we ever had. That was really good. I had a good match against Jeremy Westmoreland.
Oh, that's another name from the past. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I had a good match against Jeremy Westmoreland. And man, I really loved my time at XVW, man. I had really good group of guys. I wish that place never shut down. They were really good.
I moved to I got married to my first wife and moved to Muscle Shoals and got to go work a few shows for XVW there. And it was the closest thing to like an ECW vibe in
Yeah.
Alabama or the South that I came across, because you had hardcore, but you had guys that could work, and you had gimmicks, and you had a little bit of everything. And I
Hmm.
really enjoyed getting to do those shows. It was, and the crowd
Yeah.
was really always into it, and really, really good stuff. I wish there was more footage of it out there to be
Yeah. Yeah.
shared and seen.
Yeah.
So, here's a question, and I know we've talked about this in the past, but so when I became aware of you, I kind of saw your career in reverse, as in, so I moved to Alabama and I was a tape trader. And so obviously I'd seen like some CZW stuff, and I saw some IWA Mid South stuff of your deathmatch work. And then I went back and traded for like some Deep South stuff. And so the first match that I saw you work that wasn't a hardcore match of any kind, wasn't a death match, was you against Cabana Man Dan in like Pell City. And I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, Lane can wrestle. Like, he's not, because I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the deathmatch guys, it's a crutch. We all know that
Yeah.
about a lot. I'm not saying about everybody, but about a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, Lane can fucking work his ass off. And then from there, I got a couple more DVDs in the mail that I traded for, and it was the Full Throttle Samoa Joe match, which turned into the tag match.
Yeah.
And so that puts you in a whole different light. And so I went back and saw almost all the Deep South shows, and a lot of the Mid South stuff, and all the Full Throttle that was available to watch online and on DVD. So, having had success in both, what do you enjoy more? Because there was a time, and me and you talked about this on the podcast and off the air. There was a time where you had kind of been like, you know what? I'm done with the deathmatch stuff. It's too many injuries, and you kind of swore it off and tried to just be, you know, Lane, the wrestler. And then I know you told me, you were like, "Fuck it, everybody wants to book me for death matches. Every phone call I get is for death matches. I guess I got to go back to death matches." So if you had your way and you were just like, this is what I enjoy doing the most, what would you prefer? If would you do you prefer doing just regular work as wrestler, or do you prefer the death matches, or do you like them both equally?
As I've gotten older, Gene, I just now, I'd rather do either one. I am what I am. I have come to, I have, as I've gotten older, I've just kind of accepted the cards that's been dealt to me as the fact that, you know, I, I, I got, I came in the business as a regular, traditional professional wrestler, but I got my notoriety as a deathmatch wrestler. And yeah, I I got shit on by the purists and those people that stick their nose up at death matches and say, oh, you're garbage and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, but I can really wrestle. Just give me a chance. And I kind of kowtowed to that shit for a long time. And then I realized that none of that shit mattered. I am who I am. I'm Insane Lane. I'm a deathmatch wrestler, and I was one of the best in the world at it at one time. But also, I can hold my own in the ring. I've shown that. Been in there with some great people. So either way, I'm okay with what I can do. If you want to put me in a death match, put me in there with Schlack. Put me in there with Jun Kasai. Put me in there with Masada. You want me if you put me in there with Cabana Man Dan, put me in there with anybody. I'll have a match with them. I don't care anymore. I just it doesn't matter to me anymore, Gene. I'm not. I don't. I'm not going to sit there and I'm not worried about being pigeonholed anymore. Just if you want to put me in
Yeah,
a match, put me in a match. I'm not worried about
that's always been the irony of wrestling, and it hasn't changed. Is that like you can't please? The saying is you can't please everybody, but it's almost like you
it.
can't
Yeah,
please anybody because it's like
yeah,
if you go balls out with the death matches and you become the best death match wrestler you can be, then the regular fans or regular wrestlers shit on you. And so if
mm,
you get back into that, then the death match wrestler, you're a sellout.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Somebody's going to shit on you no matter what. But
yeah.
I've always kind of described you to people as like the Mick Foley of the Southeast, as in you can do both well, and you're not
Yeah.
pigeonholed into either one. Like as you just
No.
said, you could go out and work a regular match and come back out on the same card and do a death match, and you're believable as either one. And I think the Insane Lane fan base over the years have come to appreciate that from you and like that aspect because you're not like I said with me, like I liked, I liked Deathmatch Lane, but then when I saw the other, I'm like, oh fuck, this guy can do, and it was automatically more of on my end as a guy who trained as a wrestler and only knows that aspect of it and don't have the balls to go do death matches, and I'll say that without a shred of of, of embarrassment. Um, to me, that gave me a whole new level of respect. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy, he's not doing this shit as a crutch. He can wrestle. He's just doing it because he enjoys it and he's good at it. And at that time period that you're talking about, I mean, that at that time, that was how you got your name out there and moved up
Hmm.
to the next level because
Yeah.
there wasn't indie guys blowing up all over the place and going to WWE, and there was there wasn't a lot of opportunities. So that's how you got opportunities and you
Yeah.
made the most of it.
Hmm.
So I think that's very cool. Speaking of guys, we mentioned his name a couple times now, but speaking of guys who've gotten in incredible shape in 2020, have you seen fucking Cabana Man Dan lately? He's fucking
Cabana Man
shredded, man.
Dam. Cabana
Yeah,
Man Dam.
damn, yeah, he's fucking shredded. I'm proud as hell of that dude, man.
I know,
He's
man. Yeah, he's done it. Yeah.
I sent him a message a while back. He's like, "Holy shit, man, you're killing it." He's
I
having
know.
some awesome matches over there at New South. Derek Neal, Mance Warner.
Yeah.
Is killing it. So shout out to CMD, man.
Yeah.
Keep it
Very,
up.
very, yeah, very proud of him. Very proud of him. Good to see him back out there doing that. He's earned it.
Absolutely. I mean, he's there. When I first moved to Alabama, like I said, I got into tape trading and started watching some of the local stuff. The guys who were blowing up around Alabama and the general area, you, Cabana Man Dan, Christian Haim, and Freak Show, Spider, those guys were the upper echelon of the southern indies at the time. So you got Cabana Man Dan still at it. You're making a move back into it. Christian Haim's a goddamn marathon runner now. He
Yeah.
don't give a shit about wrestling. He moved
Yeah.
on. Freak Show's
Yeah,
still
good for
around, and
hey,
he's going to be in that
yeah,
match with you
yeah,
on the 20th. So
yeah. That's band's getting back together now.
slowly but surely, we'll suck everybody
We'll
back
see.
in.
Yeah.
It's just like the old, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. The
Get
old
back
mafia
in.
thing, you're
Yeah.
never out of this shit. Nobody's ever out of this.
No.
Every time
No.
somebody tells me they're retiring from wrestling, I laugh. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah. And
we'll see.
I heard old Matt Tremont up there. He had his last death match. He had his last match. I was like,
Okay, buddy.
okay.
Pause. We'll see you.
I mean, I don't. I mean,
And
I
no, he
got
means it.
all respect. All
Oh,
respect to
fuck
him.
yeah.
All respect to him. But Terry Funk retired too.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's no disrespect intended at all. And I know in his heart he believes it, but it's like you're too deep in it, man. But I'll say this for Matt Tremont. I was in Coleman, the Carnage Cup that
Yeah.
he, made his debut down here, and I've said this on plenty of podcasts, but I can't. It bears repeating. And I know as a professional wrestler slash deathmatch wrestler slash person who knows what those things are fucking built out of, one of the most brutal things I ever witnessed with my own eyes live in a wrestling ring, that to this day, I don't know how Matt Tremont is not a cripple in a electric wheelchair somewhere, is when Danny Havoc superplexed him off the top rope onto a fucking shopping cart. He bowed, like he hit the shopping cart dead center. His body bowed
Mhm.
around it in a U in the opposite direction. His head's down here, his legs are down here.
Yeah.
It's one of the most brutal bumps I've ever seen in my life. I looked at Rosie, I said, that dude is going to be, if he's not crippled now, he's going to be a cripple in the next 4 years, because holy shit, that is brutal. Because you know what? I mean, shopping carts do not give, brother. I mean,
Well,
from the
Gene,
top rope.
you know my story. You know my story about shopping carts. From the first Carnage Cup, Free Show backdropped me onto a shopping cart, and I landed on my back, and my whole back turned black down my leg. I couldn't walk for 2.5 weeks, man. And I'm like, yeah, I fuck shopping carts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take bumps on anything, and I've told Kevin, I said, man, don't have me do no more shopping cart stuff, man. I said, I'll do anything. Just don't make me do shopping carts, man.
I'm telling you, I walked there that night. I'm like, I don't care if that guy ever has another match. He's one of the most hardcore motherfuckers I've ever seen to take a superplex onto a shopping cart. That's insane.
Oh man, Matt's Matt's a goat, man. Matt's a goat, no doubt about it. He's a goat. He's goated.
And for the for the sake of his health, let's hope he is retired. Because he's taken a lot of crazy shit since then. So
yeah, no, he's got nothing else to prove, man.
Oh yeah,
he's done it all. He's won every. There ain't no more tournaments to win. He's won them all. Jesus Christ, he's done everything under the sun. He's got nothing else left to prove.
Yeah, if he comes back, it's for the love of the game. It's not because he left anything on the table.
Yeah, he's done everything. Ain't nothing else to do except face me. No.
There it is, folks. Twin States Wrestling is going to come back and do death matches this time. But, or maybe we can see if Whitey Jenkins can book him for Death Before Disability. But you're not on Facebook. I don't know if you know about Whitey Jenkins, but he's
no.
He's a piece of shit indie promoter. I'll send you a video of him sometime.
All right.
You can check him out. He's a friend of Kevin's.
Oh man.
So well, this hour has gone by fast, man. I try to keep these to
Yeah.
about an hour because I realize much more than that, and people have
It's
shit to do. But
yeah.
as you know, you're always more than welcome to come back. So we'll we'll let the benefit happen, and we'll wait a couple of weeks, and maybe when it gets a little closer to Christmas time, we'll have you back on and see how you feel. If you're still on board to take some more matches, or if you're like, you know what, nah, I don't think so, man. I think I'm good.
All
But
right.
again, let's remind everybody that is the Spider Boudreaux Benefit Show will be Friday, November the 20th at the EWA Arena in Ardmore, Tennessee, the new center of the Southern Wrestling universe for the past few months since Alabama became so hard to run shows in.
hmm
People have been able to run shows in Ardmore, so that's cool. Doors open at
Yeah.
5:30. Bell time is 8 p.m. Tickets are $10. If you have any questions, if you want to try to get advance tickets or you want to try to help in another way, like I say, you can go on Facebook and you can contact Will Fretwell or you can contact Freak Show. And if they can't help you, they will get you to the people who can help you because they're helping put that on. And we appreciate them for doing that. Lane, before we go, is there any last minute things you would like to? Is there any you want to promote your Instagram since you're on there? You want to? How can folks
Yeah.
get in touch
Yeah.
with
I
you?
mean, yeah. Yeah. Just I don't go on Facebook, so if y'all want to holler at me, just go on Instagram, and it's insane lane underscore IG, and find me there and say hey, whatever, and you know, and just to let y'all know, for a lot of people, the path and there's obstacles in the path, but for me, the obstacle is the way.
I like it, Lane. You're the man. 100 pounds in a year, a little less than a year actually. So I mean, you're an inspiration to me because God knows I need to get off my ass and lose some weight. And if the Middle Messiah can do it, surely the King of all wrestling media can follow in his footsteps. And
You can do it, man. Hey, drink lots of water, low carb, treat yourself every now and then, and DDP yoga, man. It works for me, brother.
man, I got on that for like 6 months a few years back, lost like 60 pounds, felt better than I had felt in my life, changed jobs. And when my schedule changed, I quit doing it and I've kicked myself ever
Mhm.
since. It's one of the best things I ever did. And I should have never
Yeah,
stopped,
get
but
back.
it's just a matter
You
of
can
getting
get
back
back
on the
on it.
horse, man.
Hey, you can do it, man. Get back on the horse, man. It's not about needs and wants, man. Just hey, you don't want to do it, need to do it. That's what I do.
Sound advice. Well, Lane, it's good to see you, brother. Take care of
Good to
yourself.
see you, my
And
friend.
I will see you in Ardmore on the 20th.
All right, brother. Take care, man. I'll see you then. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Good friend of the show, Insane Lane. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to have him here. 100 pounds in a year. That is freaking impressive, man. He is my hero. Thanks to everybody who has watched this live tonight and everybody that will be watching it in the next few weeks on YouTube at youtube.com/CheapHeatTV, or if you watch the replay on Facebook. We appreciate that. And also, like I said, you can catch the audio version over at anchor.fm. We'll run that here in just a minute. Again, that address. But again, I just want to put this graphic up right here. Um, coming up very soon. I've been in talks with some guests that I think are going to be very interesting that I'm looking forward to talking to, that will have some interesting stories to tell. So stay tuned. There's a lot more to come from Cheap Heat TV. And if you're a wrestler, a promoter, or manager, if you're involved in the wrestling business and you would like to be here on the show, reach out. Hit me up here on facebook.com/King of All Wrestling Media, or you can email me at genejackson95@gmail.com. And once again, thanks to Insane Lane for being an awesome guest, and we look forward to seeing him in the ring once